Hello and welcome to this unboxing of Sleeping Gods, which is a game that's been out since before Christmas. So it's been out since I think 2021. It had a ridiculously good run and sale, and the publishers I think really underestimated how good it was going to be. With the result is sold out, and it was very hard to get a copy. I tried to get a pre-booked copy then for the second release, but it was meant to be out for Christmas, but it never came out for Christmas. There was a lot of talk on the internet about the reasons why it wasn't out, and maybe they were saying there was issues with the printing, stuff had gone wrong with the printing, there was a lot of typos and that. I don't know. I know everyone says you can believe everything you hear on the internet, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm a bit speculative of stuff that's said. So anyway, eventually got a copy of it. It came back into shops there relatively recently, and I was down in West Cork for a couple of days, and I ended up picking up a copy of it in Happy Go Lucky. They had it in stock. Normally I would ship from there. Clonakilty's about, from where I live, it's about 50 kilometres drive away. So it was down there and picked up a copy of it. I have played it before, so I am a bit familiar with it. It was before Christmas. So since then a lot of games have gone on the table. So to be honest, I can't really remember. And it wasn't my copy of it, obviously. I didn't buy two of them. It's a bit pricey. In Ireland it retails at €90. Obviously Spain and other places it's a slightly bit cheaper because of VAT and that, so it isn't the cheapest of games, but it is well worth it. And I understand if that's sort of an outlay, you might be a bit apprehensive on buying a game that you haven't tried, and not many people have it, even though because the initial run wasn't that big, it just sold out ridiculously quickly. But it is great. It's a very good I'll try this and then I'll do this and then I'll try that sort of stuff. So anyway, look, I'm doing too much talking. Let's open the box. So just after taking the plastic off, I'm going to point the camera down so we can actually see the box. And there it is, Sleeping Gods. Fantastic artwork. It's very Cthulhu-esque. It's set in the late 1920s, and you can see this boat. Without giving too much away from the game, because this is where the game starts, this boat is transported into an alternative reality, and the crew of which are trying to get home. So whoa, it's heavy enough. Anyway, so there's the box. Lovely artwork on the front. The game doesn't have a board per se. You play on this map and you move around the map to different locations on the map where you want to go. The ship can move X amount of moves depending on how much moves you allocate to moving the ship, and you can go to the shore. Again, this isn't a how to play. I'm not sure if Rodney has a how to play up on it. We'll do a review of it after we've played a few games of it. As I said, we played one mission of it. So you basically go around, so you go from there, that would be page 2, this would be page 174, and it's a bit like the old 1980s games, the adventures of turn the page, whatever, and then do this. But they've progressed an awful lot better from there. So there's the rule book, and yeah, look, there's a watch your play there, so learn to play with. From my memories of it, it was relatively straightforward. It wasn't too bad. There's obviously a little achievements checklist you can check off as you go. It's not really. So I have this other legacy game that I played. So this is a campaign. I should be saying that from the start, but this is a campaign style game. But unlike Betrayal Legacy, which is a great game. If you like the Betrayal House on the Hill, this is nice because it explains where the mystic elevation comes from. But this, you really want to be playing this with the same amount of people all the time. And same with Pandemic Legacy. You want to be playing with the same amount of people. It's not so important with this. It's the same characters play in the game, and it's just the amount of people that are playing them can vary, and you can have different characters. So, and it has a solo play mode. So rulebook and quick setup for a new campaign and stuff. It's nice to have a quick setup on it. Quick start guide. Begin here. Always helpful. Unlike wherever that is, over there somewhere, Jaws of the Lion, you don't stick, if my memory serves correct, you don't stick stuff on the map, so there is a lot more replayability, and of course you can take different missions. So here's the book where you go through to the page depending on So this is essentially, this one here is essentially your board. The ship moves around to all these different locations, and you pull out the map here, and then that's subdivided down depending on whether you win, you lose, you take your options, you vote on it, or as we're going to do this when we get there. There's always options on different, and then it causes different outcomes. Your log of what's happening, plenty of sheets, little maps, so you can, on the back of each one of these, there's a map then of where you can chart your progress. So I suppose it's actually possible to play this simultaneously with maybe two different groups and to go different ways on it. Okay, bag of bits of stuff. So bits of wood, resources. Yeah, if I remember correctly from the time we played it, you had to get food from some of the islands to eat, and you had to get maybe timber, stuff to repair. Nice deck of cards, triage. I won't unwrap them in case they're in order for gameplay or whatever. So these are nice little small size of deck of cards, and this one says like triage, each time fatigue. Oh yeah, so your crew get tired, which is fatigue. So that's basically how to use up their rolls. Another set of deck of cards. This is gear, so adventurer's gear, and you pick up different gear and you find different gear on the islands and stuff. So you can see this is the usual sort of the basic one: ropes and oil and bits. Oh, ship. The ship itself. I don't know if that's my. I seem to have a little batched ship. The wheelhouse seems to be a bit. I don't know if it's meant to be like that, but it seems to be all a bit. Focus, damn you. You can see there, I'm not sure if that's the way it's meant to be, but which I'll have a look online. I can fix that easily enough with a skill knife. Has to be painted. Awful sprue grey. Ridiculous amount of bags, always good. Can never have too. The game manufacturers that put 4 bags into a game should be shot. Bigger box of cards with stuff on it, which God knows what that is. And there's more down here. Used quests. Oh, so the cards that you take out of one of the decks, I assume, goes into here so that you can keep them separate. It's done up as a nice little like a chest. These were more cards which were down the side here. If anything says on it do not open, I'll do not open. Nice box as well, sort of decent quality. I know it's only cardboard. Oh, a little magnetic clasp, that's nice. It feels decent quality even it's cardboard. Oh, loads of cards. So these are quests, and then obviously as we go through the quests, we take these ones out. Again, timber trader. I'm not going to look at these too much in case there's something I'm not meant to be viewing as of now, or getting them all mixed up. And cards and stuff. So various different cards. A nice box. How's that resounding? Clickety click. And what would it be if it wouldn't be a proper board game if it didn't have stuff to punch out? And it's after just punching out its first one. So these are some sort of tokens. Can't remember what they're for. Are they the fatigue ones? That's the ship itself. Yeah, I definitely think my the bridge, the top of my one is a bit goosed. Become a collector's item. And here are the cards that are the players themselves. So these are your characters. You pick one of these. There's obviously one of them is the ship's captain. I think that's her there, Sophie Odessa. And then there's a doctor, and you can choose different things. And needless to say, they will give you, like the doctor probably can restore fatigue and stuff like that, and injuries. Crazy fisherman guy from Nova Scotia or somewhere, and yeah, Quebec City. Yeah, crazy warrior. And so just get the rest of the cards out there. But this stereotypical sort of stuff. There's your 1920s priest, Amazon warrioress, Italian mechanic, and then there's all different small little tokens of each of the characters for moving them around the map or the board or whatever on the ship. And there's food, resources, and you have to get food obviously on them. You don't, as I said, you don't end up with if memory serves correct, you don't play all 8 of them at the one time. You play different crew members. You have to have the captain, and you pick, I think it was 4 from that. As I said though, it's before Christmas, so it's been 6 months since we played the one run through of it, and I thought it was, at the time, thought it was really good, and wanted my own copy of it, but couldn't get it. And I pre-ordered it in a couple of shops, and there was no sign of it coming in, so I cancelled it, and I actually bought Jaws of the Lion instead. Yeah, this box wasn't here, so I got Jaws of the Lion, which has been good, but haven't played it enough. It's been sort of, Jaws of the Lion has been sitting on the shelf there now for a bit, so I must get back into that. So these are the cards. I've just put them all back in the box. Looking forward to having a proper play of it, reading the old rules, and at some stage in the future we will probably push up an overview of it. One thing we're hoping to start doing is doing some videos of our playthroughs, so you can see us making complete bags of the rules and stuff. So that's Sleeping God by Ryan. I'm sorry, Ryan. By Sleeping Gods by Ryan. Someone called Ryan. So that's it. Well worth it. On memory serves, we'll go do better of it. Lovely artwork. I know it's a bit pricey, but there's a lot of playability I expect in it. So it is. Just want to show you one other one which just arrived in the post today, and that is, if you've played the board game Root, you may or may not be aware of the fact that Root has an RPG that was kickstarted, but it's out for sale for regular mortals who haven't kickstarted it, and we got a copy bought. We don't get all the games on our websites that we do are all bought, so we don't get any freebies, so that way you know our reviews are legit. So we got a copy of it today. It came in the post, and we haven't played it. So it's a tabletop role-playing game based on the board game Root. So really looking forward to getting to that. It's a D6 system. You can see there is up the top there is a DM screen, and you get little miniature maps, very much like the board game maps. They are dry wipe, and 2 lovely hardback copies with the rules in it, and different adventures, and a little tote bag, pull strings. So looking forward to trying that out as well. So that's it for this video, and keep an eye on the channel. We'll do some more reviews and talk to you all soon. Thank you very much for watching.